Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Maritime Knowledge Lecture Series. Now this is the 16th lecture in this series, which started in 2025 January, and we try and bring topics which are close to the maritime fraternity, topics of diverse interest for the nation, for the blue economy, connectivity, and many others. And today we have a very distinguished panel to discuss the prospects and imperatives for shore-based maritime professionals. Our country is doing very well in terms of sea-going jobs and training for sea-going workforce. As per DG Shipping data, we have close to 3,10,000 plus active seafarers currently on the list. There are some leading luminaries from the industry, industry captains and the captains from the maritime industry, those who are here, and they are very gladly training these maritime professionals and upskilling them in many ways. We have representation from MSc, and some veterans from the industry have also joined. But they all agree that the shore-based skilling is largely neglected. So today we are going to discuss the landscape for the shore-based industry, maritime professionals. Our logistics sector, some of you may be aware, India provides job employment opportunity as of now to 22 million people in the logistics sector. And there are no formal courses being done in this sector. And 95% of India's trade is through seas and is the maritime trade. And again here we require a lot of skilling and a lot of courses for this transformation or this journey of developing India to a developed state by 2047. So the government has taken a lot of initiatives with respect to the national logistic policy, the PM Gati Shakti program, and many other initiatives like the Sagarmala initiative, which were taken some time back, and they are doing very well. But today, to discuss the imperatives and prospects for identifying the curriculum gaps, especially for the shore-based professionals, the industry-academia linkages, and how do we gear up this industry, this very important industry, we have a very leading panel. And we have the honor of former Secretary, Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways, Dr. T.K. Ramachandran. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, chairing this session. We also have Professor V. Rajendran from AMET. He's an industry veteran, Vice Chancellor, currently at AMET. If I may introduce him, he is also a Fulbright scholar. He has been the NAAC, National Accreditation Body chairman, past chairman. He has close to 300 publications to his credit, and Scopus H index of 47. A huge round of applause for Professor Rajendran. We also have today with us the principal of the DGS courses at the AMET University, Captain Srinivas Gopal. Now, Captain Srinivas Gopal is an industry veteran, although there are some veterans who are senior to him present in the audience. Captain Kharbanda is one of them, but Captain Srinivas passed out of T.S. Rajendra in 1980, and he was at sea from 1980 to 1999, where he was captaining many of the ships at the Samsara Group and the other shipping lines. He also worked at the J.M. Bakshi post 1999, and teaching and academics is his passion. So 2008 18 onwards, he is joined as a professor at Met University. A big round of applause. So to take you forward in this journey and discuss about the prospects and imperatives of shore-based maritime professionals, where India's journey to Viksit Bharat would open up so many opportunities, may I now request Professor Rajendran to take forward the proceedings.
So can I start? Yeah. Most respected chairperson for this Maritime Knowledge Lecture Series, Sri T.K. Ramachandran, former Secretary of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, and the coordinator for the CMEC of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Dr. Cecil, and my colleague, Dr. Sri Captain Srinivas Gopal, and senior-most veteran of this maritime sector and young minds. At the outset, on behalf of our Academy of Maritime Education and Training, popularly known as AMET, we would like to thank the coordinator and his team for giving an opportunity to be with you under this Maritime Knowledge Lecture Series to deliver and share some of the information with you, particularly on the prospects and imperatives for the shore-based maritime professionals, which is one of the most required essential job opportunities which is available plenty in India, not only for our nation, across the globe. So we are coming from Amat University. A small brief note. The Amat University started in the year 1993 as a small certificate offering small institute with 14 cadets. It's a 2 years program. 1 year we offer at Chennai, and 1 year cadets will be sent to Glasgow College of Nautical Science, UK, and the degree certificate was given by Glasgow College of Nautical Science, UK. Then our founder and chancellor, Dr. J. Ramachandran, is similar in nature as that of our former secretary. He used to widely travel across the globe. He thought of not to start a conventional engineering program like what people are doing. In 1990s, most of the self-financing category people used to thought starting an engineering college or a medical college, but he thought something different. Some programs which is different from the conventional one, he thought, and this Academy of Maritime Education is the brainchild of his concept and ideation. So we rised up to the university 2007 as the first deemed to be university in India under the de novo category, and then so far we have produced more than 22,000 plus cadets, and most of them are employed across the global shipping companies at different positions. Some of them are occupying CEO and higher position across the globe. Because of our vast experience and particularly by the concentration and the attention given by our founder, we have been developing the nomenclature for BE Marine Engineering. Earlier it was BE Mechanical or Electrical. People used to study and then take the shore-based as a seafarer. The nomenclature for BE Marine Engineering was first introduced by us, and then similarly for the BSc Nautical Science, catering to the captain's level, the topmost level, also introduced by us, and we are coming under the 3 different regulatory authorities. All the marine-related programs are coming under Director General of Shipping, and we follow the curriculum and guidelines as prescribed by them, the Thor book guidelines and all. And similarly, all engineering programs coming under the All India Council for Technical Education, and then later on, the general programs which are coming under the University Grant Commission. So we become deemed to be university in the year 2007, and following which Indian Maritime University, which is located on the same ECR line, so just 1.5 kilometers ahead of us. So it is started by Government of India with a special note from the parliamentary session. So with that small note, we would like to come into the main segment of this presentation, sharing the knowledge information. As we know, our coastal domain is more than 11,000 kilometers, and we are having more than 13 plus major ports and 200 plus minor ports we are having. And as per the call for the Maritime Amrit Call Vision 2047, so our Prime Minister Modi ji and his team is looking for take the Indian nation to one of the top 5 global maritime nation. I'm sure with this special call, Amrit Call Vision 2047, if industry, academia, and if we work together, definitely we can reach the goal. So here, as of now, more than 32,000 plus seafarers, which we are having from across India, from different parts of the globe. More than 14 plus GDP in the rate, 14 plus our Indian contribution. Amrit has contributed nearly close to 3.4% of our overall Indian contributions. By this way, we thought we could share some of the information. So thanks for giving this opportunity. And as of now, we are providing onshore programs, particularly in maritime MBA program, shipping and logistics management, BBA on shipping, and similarly other programs also we are doing. But if you see the current challenges, we need a strong seagoing workforce we need. In addition to the requirement of 22 millions plus, if you see the requirements, the manpower what we are having right now, most of them after graduation or maybe diploma, we are employing the persons into the onshore program. At the same time, after employment only, we are giving education. Providing the skill to the employee, and close to minimum 6 months or 1 year, they are getting training, and then they are delivering the real work allotted to them. So it means there is a huge gap between the industry requirement and the academia. So this we would like to bridge as much as possible, connect the industry, academia, and Government of India, so that we can meet the requirement and we can meet the Amrit Call 2047 as per the nation requirement. The maritime shipping industries, hope you know that, is an ecosystem which we need a lot of contributors, starting from the ship builders to the mariners, ship brokers, and there are so many industry people are involved in this program. So if you see the ecosystem beyond the ship, so we need a person who is having knowledge on commerce and management. But if you see across our national premier institutions like IIT, IIM, etc., of course they are offering some programs with a limited number of the course or what you call the papers to give more knowledge on these marine ecosystems. Similarly, the law program also, we need exclusive concentration to undertake arbitration as well as insurance and other related compliances. In a similar way, engineering and IT programs also, we need more people for automation and as well as cyber security and other data analytics, etc. While coming to the policy and regulation, of course, we need to strengthen our blue economy, and in order to strengthen that, we need people from to make our nation a more sustainable one to achieve the Amrit Call 2047 goal. So after going through, we got the call from the director of this CMEC, and after that, we have collected a lot of informations from the online sources available, and also we got a lot of input from the director, and based on that, we have collected most of the information on which we are sharing now. If you see the curriculum, whatever it is we are having right now, few maritime elective in mainstream needed at this stage. We are not having the regular conventional programs only. We are having either mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. Then on the if you take nautical science, conventional programs only we are having. But if you're looking for a person for placement in onshore, we need a more particular domain, a specialized person to fill the gap. So we also need faculty and as well as infrastructure also to be established. Say for example, in port management, we are having softwares, but the software is ready built software. Once the person who enter into the port only, office, port center, then only they will get familiarized with the software. But if you are bringing that software and the simulation facility in any academic institutions, so we will pre-train, we will provide the training, and then they will be ready for immediate job utilization. So by combining all these things, so this is what we have identified the gaps in terms of business, in terms of law, and as well as in terms of engineering programs. So rethinking and redesigning all those parameters are most essentially required nowadays. While coming to the port and logistic education, so we need a specialized training, particularly in port operation and supply chain. And similarly for multimodal transport system, so a person, say for example, even if you take any of the engineering graduates right now, so if you ask how to open an LC, letter of credit, so they are not aware of that one. They are not having an exposure. And how to make a transfer, how to book a consignment from India or how to import consignment, they are not aware of that. So in this case, we have to import multi-modal transport system to all our graduate, those we are planning to employ in onshore-based employment. River line as well as coastal connectivity also we have to do. There are much facilities we can develop in this particular category. I hope everyone knows that, particularly in European countries, most of the rivers are utilized for intercontinental transportation. So that is also, we are having large gap. So this also we have to address in a proper way. Similarly, for environmental regulation and as well as sustainability, I could understand that the participant consisting of veterans, captains, and as well as they are from specifically focusing on environmental regulation and as well as on the sustainability. So here also we need a lot of things, say for example, utilizing the marine bioresources in a best possible way. And similarly, for example, the seawater in a best possible way, hydrogen gas, etc. There are so many parameters which we have to address. While coming to the academic expectations, what the academia is expecting nowadays. So, for example, if you are going to offer any programs, first of all, when we design a program, we have to sit with the industry and we have to look into the requirement of the industry people. So after gaining all the information input from the industry people, so then we have to come up with a curriculum. So accordingly, we can design the curriculum. Say for example, what we did in our Amat University, hope you know that DNS, Diploma in Nautical Science, is one of the program we used to get from the industry support. After getting the support from the industry recommendation letter, we give admission. So we are giving opportunity to be in our campus for providing technical principles and as well as the basic knowledge on maritime. So for about a period of 2 semesters. After that, what we are doing, so they will be sent to the sea as a seafarer, and they will go for the nearly 3 semesters, 1.5 years. They will be participating in as a seafarer in the sea. After that, they will be coming back to our campus. Then we are giving 1 semester to complete the program, and we are giving a degree called BSc Applied Nautical Science. So here we have identified the industry requirement, particularly after due discussion, deliberation with the industry, shipping industries, and then we have introduced, and at least this year we are in the position of final year. There are students about to come with this BSc Applied Nautical Science. So similar way, we have to sit together, since the government is focusing now on this onshore-based employment opportunities to lift into the maximum to suit the requirement. So we have to sit together and we have to identify the gap and we have to promote on all the aspects. Particularly, this united progress will help us to meet the requirements. So we need a consortium or kind of a center of excellence to be created with this support. While coming to the industry-academia linkage, so as already I have discussed, we can come up with a joint curriculum. So we can coin in such a way, maybe some 1 or 2 semesters they will be with the academia, academic institutions, then they will be sent to the industry, then we can give the training, then they will come back to the institute, and then we can offer the degree so that immediately they will get an employment. Generally, even nowadays, the IT industry also, earlier they used to take the final year students after the completing 8th semester BE particularly, and then they will give 6 months onboard training. So that kind of onboard training is not required if you are going to build into the curriculum. Maybe the 3rd year, they may be 1 year with the industry, that is the shipping industry, then they will come back to the university, and then finally we can give the degree, so that they are readily available for immediate undertaking the job. Policy imperatives, particularly industry plus government and academia, we have proposed a triple helix model so that we can connect, we can meet all the requirements of the industries, starting from the day one, whether it may be the port operation, or it may be the electronics, IT, or it may be engineering and technology, or it may be commerce, or it may be law, whatever may be the domain expertise is required. So we can meet the requirement to meet the employment opportunity of our students. So we are proposing a helix type of model to meet out this requirement. So we need incentives for the specialized programs. Incentives, what we are proposing. So incentives in the sense, some initiatives. Initiatives means, say we have to come up with say for example, as I mentioned earlier, some simulation center or the facilities which is available onshore. Those kind of facilities should be established at the academia so that we can reduce the gap and so that we can train the students in an appropriate time. So if you are doing this one on par with the global collaborations, international collaborations, definitely India will be a global south leader in this maritime industry. Mapping the maritime ecosystem. So this is about, hope you know that 90% of the world cargo ships, most of the transportation are done by means of ships only. But at the same time, a massive dry ecosystem exists onshore to support, regulate, and as well as the finance the industry. So we need strong support. So in order to meet this requirement, we need professionals in commerce, then management, law, engineering, and IT. So powering the blue economy is another domain. So we need a specialized port and logistics education. So wherein we can enforce and as well as penetrate into the requirements, that is the workforce requirement, the knowledge and enrichment of the particular domain, reskilling and as well as upskilling so that they will be immediately employable. So if we do that one, right now India is the shipping nation. I am sure that we will reach the destination of 2047, Amit call Global Maritime Hub. India is definitely going to be a maritime hub. So the blue economy which we are giving and proposing, the 3 pillars. So we have to use the resource and as well as extraction of the resource what are available right now, and as well as regenerative maritime practices we have to adopt it so that we can reach the blue economy 2.0 paradigm. Say for example, decarbonization is one of the first pillar. So we have to utilize the sources available from the sea. Say for example, we can go for the clean energy supply chain. Similarly, we can use the zero emission fuels. We can use the seawater. Very recently, from the Ministry of Non-Renewable Energy, just last month, we got a funded project of establishing mobile hydrogen gas production unit. So it's a project is 4.67 crores. So first time we got this mobile unit. So we can transport this unit anywhere across India on the seashore. We can produce the hydrogen gas and immediately it is usable. So if the system is commercialized, then same thing can be transformed into the shipping industry, ships, so that the ships can produce their own hydrogen gas requirement, and this is going to be one of the major change which we are going to showcase. I'm sure with all your support, definitely we can reach the target of making the mobile hydrogen unit in a grand successful way. Then while coming to the second pillar proposed, so we are having a lot of unexplored the bioresources we are having, sea-based bioresources we are having. So all these resources we have to explore. We cannot, exploitation cannot be done. So we have to explore all the resources, mineral resources, and as well as bioresources, and we can use in a proper way. And the last one, so we have to do the resilience of the coast. So either it can be by means of using natural resources or by means of using the flood and the prevention activities, and similarly for say a climate risk re-education also we can do that one. So if we do that one, so definitely we can achieve the blue economy 2.0 paradigm. So this is only a proposal from us. After due the deliberation brainstorming session, we can add many more parameters to achieve this target. While coming to the frontiers of engineering technology, law and commerce and management. So if you take the naval architect, we were discussing the naval architect program. Very few institutions and as well as universities they are offering, particularly ocean engineering, wherein very few subjects were taught in naval architect and offshore engineering. We do have naval architect and offshore engineering, and our strength we are rising to 120 per intake per year from this academic year. So the requirement is huge. So we are going for a lot of government initiatives, this maritime ecosystem and as well as the shipbuilding. The program is giving a lot of initiatives across India. So we need a lot of people on maritime shipbuilding and as well as the ship design. So this program will facilitate the requirement. So this is once again, it's an onshore based employment opportunity. Our students, 30 students we are having right now, the final year, all 30 students, they are in the 6th semester. They got an appointment with multinational companies. All of them, 100% appointment they got. So similar way, for example, sustainability engineering, so decarbonization, we can go for a green technology. So they are having a lot of technology transfer project is available. Some of them are on the, so it's a startup schemes are already available. They have shown already the product. We can utilize them for implementation. So particularly while coming to the port engineering, so we can come up with automated terminal infrastructures. So every time we are finding some small issues, connecting the ship people, those who are in the ships and as well as the main shore. So if you do that one, IoT based, etc., pressure, temperature, and other parameters, all the parameters can be monitored on the online. Through online. In the onshore, so that we can control over. So we need a lot of requirements on the IT based and as well as the automation also. While coming to the commerce and high stake finances, ship broking and the chartering is one of the major domain. So we need the market makers on the ocean. So a lot of opportunities are available. Ship finance is another domain. So wherein we need the good relationship between the banker and as well as a government nationalized bank and etc. and as well as the shipping industry people. So there are a lot of millions of opportunities and there is a huge demand for the ship vessels portfolios. While coming to the commodity trading also, we need a lot of financial support. So we need an expertise in commerce and high stock finances. Similarly, as I mentioned earlier, digital revolution. So IT, information, and as well as data storage, retrieving the data for using multiple applications, etc. So still, there are a lot of things. Say, for example, if we want to deliver the goods in a particular particular one port to other port. So there will be a lot of the parameters which will be affecting the movement of the ship from sailing the ship from one place to other place, maybe temperature or maybe environmental condition, etc. So if you identify all the parameters, use all the parameters, previous parameter and also the current parameters, then IT can can give, the software can give you the shortest route with less fuel, high fuel efficiency, so that we can reach the destination at the earliest place. So like this, there are a lot of opportunities. So we need the specialized program on particularly digital and as well as using by means of using IoT and other technologies. While coming to the law and risk management, maritime law is one of the major requirement. Very few, say for example, a lot of litigations are coming, so we need on the support, and cargo disputes are arising. So similarly for P&I clubs, insurance, particularly anything related to the protective and insurance P&I clubs, we need a mutual insurance for ship owners. So this helps us to solve the issues. So we need a trained person. Similarly, regulatory compliance also, navigation, IMO, and as well as on the UN maritime laws, we also need expertise in this domain. While coming to the management and global logistics, which we have already discussed, the conductors of different port operations we require. Similarly, for handling the HR and technical needs, we need on the hundreds of vessels, we need a person. Freight forwarding authority, so also we need a trained people. In a similar way, the career path comparison, so we can take any sectors, whatever the 4 sectors we have proposed, say for example, commerce, engineering, law, and as well as the IT sectors. And the entry levels of different sectors at the basic level. Once if they get on the trained and they're having knowledge, enriched knowledge, definitely the career roadmap will be entry level to the professional. Definitely they can reach the director or an expert in this particular domain. So this is what we are proposing. Second one, while coming to the maritime educational and ecosystem, if you take the B school, the institution types, and as well as the suggested integration, what are the domains we can integrate on the existing system? Say, for example, B school, engineering, law school, and as well as IT colleges. So we have to integrate all these, what are the domains which we are suggesting. Accordingly, we can meet the skill output, so which is required for a particular sector. So this is what we are proposing. And similarly, the structured internship and as well as apprenticeship track, which I already mentioned. The first and second year students may be in our campus academia, wherein we are going to taught the principles, the basic application, and the technology, what is required for the maritime domain. And then the third year, they will go to the industry for 1 year. They will get the real field experience. And the fourth year, they will come back to the university or institution. Then finally, we are going to award the degree. If we do that one, definitely we will meet the requirement. Say, it can be a sandwich model. So this we have already expertised, and we are having good output, turnover on this particular domain. So this is what we are proposing from our side. While coming to the another domain, so we are in need of a maritime center of excellence. I hope that I recall one of the curation committee meeting held by and chaired by the present chairman, then the secretary of this Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, regarding the Indian Maritime Heritage Complex. So he has proposed a center, maritime academic center. Similar way, if we propose a center of excellence in maritime, wherein we can provide all type of skills, whatever may be the skills required, for example, engineering and technology, then on the IT and data analytics, then on the law, and as well as on the business. All this expertise, any software, small laboratory we can develop, and so that students, whoever may be, if they are graduating, or even we can propose 3 months certification program, or 6 months diploma program, or 1 year extended diploma program we can propose, and so that we can meet the industry requirement as of now. So this is what we are proposing, and Amity University is ready to establish the center, and we would like to be the partner with the government so that we can provide a lot of support, and we look for industry support from all the shipping industries. Then, while coming to the talent crisis, say for example, 90% of logistics, on the job, so we are doing, and if we see the gap 2030, we need nearly 47 lakhs people to meet the industry requirements. So as of now, so the mid-management, and we have to train. So we have to train prior to that, when they are in the degree program, we have to train them accordingly. Once if we train them, and then finally if we give the degree certificate, definitely they will meet the industry requirement. On the day one, they will be taking the job of the real field. The competency framework, so we have identified with the due discussion with the coordinator, we have identified or suggested 10 different domains, competency domains, and what are the key competency of each and every domains, and who are going to be what are the programs to be covered, and as well as the progression, how we can make the progress. So all these parameters we have identified and due discussion with the CMECE center, and then we have come out with this one. And so for each and every domain, so we are giving on the competency area also, and accordingly we can discuss and we can come out with the proposals to meet the industry requirements. While coming to the bridging the existing gap between the academia and the industry, say for example, we have come out with the gap identification both for undergraduate program and as well as on the postgraduate program. So depending on the requirement, we can fine tune. If it is a BSc Maritime Science program, we can identify the gap and we can come out with some of the new programs and as well as courses to meet the requirement. Say for example, terminal operation system, TOS, we need a lot of things to be imported so that the software can be brought into the, established, our center, simulation center can be established at our institution, academic institutions, so we can train the students and we can prepare well. So if you're going for a co-teaching model, so definitely we have to bring all the industry support. We need a support from the industry. We can establish the simulation center, the basic requirement, etc., and we can train the students and to meet the requirements, strategic recommendation. So these are some strategic recommendation. So simulation model we need. We would like to, of course, in the second year or third year, we will bring many mentors from the different industries on different fields, and they can mentor our students so that they will get trained, and when they go for industry for 1 year, definitely they will get the real exposure, and then they will come back, then finally they will get the degree. So this is the integrated and the certification we are providing. Like the airport, they are having, airport means international airlines, they are having IATA certification. Similarly, our government of India should also think to introduce such a certification for all the online, SOAR-based programs, so that they will get the certificate and use the certificate to get the qualified on the employment opportunity, immediate employment opportunity. So then, while coming to the India's logistics sector and as well as career pathway, so we are having close to 9 sectors. For example, if we take port operation and as well as terminal management, we need a BSc in Maritime Studies, Science, then MBA in Port and Shipping, MSc in Maritime Management, PG Diploma in Port Management. So if a student's given opportunity to undertake these kind of courses, definitely they can handle the port operation and as well as terminal management. So that is what we are suggesting for all the 9 domains, so that we can come up with the curriculum and design the curriculum along with the support of the industry, so that we can produce good number of graduates to meet the Amrit Call 2047. So following are some of the recommendations for revising the curriculum. So embedded in the live systems, as we discussed, I have shared many information. We have to bring the software, establish the center. Then introduce in the IMDG and as well as DG Cargo as a standalone on the model. So this also is essentially required. Dangerous goods, handling the dangerous goods and as well as on the hazardous materials, and how to handle the freight forwarding, the various parameters and the phenomena to be considered, and we can do it in a systematic way. So I'm sure that if we do this one, this will also strengthen our trade finance with the documentary workshop, banking workshops, so that they will become an all-rounder. And finally, we can introduce a sustainable and decarbonization as a cross-cutting thing. So we also need in the faculty. Faculty is more essential. So we are having now the Government of India through National Education Policy 2020, they are mainly focusing on cross-cutting, cross-culture. Cross-culture, what I mean that people may be the science discipline, they can also take a medicine. So that is called transformation. So translational on the academic information, academic knowledge sharing. So if we do that one, so it can be an amalgamated one, and so that all the knowledge can be imparted to the students, and they will be enriched with knowledge to meet all the requirements. Then education to employment pathway. Say for example, if you take a program like Maritime Science, it's a SOAR-based program, so we can make it a 3 years program. So we have to coin the syllabus and their employment opportunity. So primary career tracks, port operation, port transportation planning, they can do. Some of the industries representative employers in India, say for example, JNPA, AP, SEZ, then DP World, and APM terminals. There are like that. So almost all the 9 different domains we have identified, and we are giving some of the knowledge sharing information to the gatherings, I mean the VIPs, those who are participating presently. So like that, the port management, so different programs also we are giving, the requirement also giving, where they can get employment. So this also, this provides a lot of opportunity so that we can identify the industry, have an industry meet, design the curriculum to suit the industry requirement. Summary of the institutional integration models. So we can focus the area, technology and digitalization. So that some of the national premier institutions already in pipeline, some of them are doing, as I mentioned earlier, not main focus, a full year 3 years program or a 4 years program. Some of them are elective, some of them are although some 2 or 3 papers they are doing. So we can make it on the full stream so that we can meet the requirement. So career outcome also we have given. So we can make them on the, as a technical manager and as well as on the automation engineer. So this is possible only by means of giving a proper training and skill-based reskilling and upskilling our graduate students. Until otherwise, if you are not going to reskilling and upskilling our graduate students, they will become on the theoretical. As of now, the curriculum and as well as syllabus, whatever available, mostly it will be 70 to 80% are theoretical, only some 20 to 30% are on the practical. But now with the industry support, most of our, for example, in our university, most of them, we are having industry people in all our programs. 2 or minimum 1 or 2 people will be there to revise the curriculum and syllabus in Board of Studies, and finally completely restructuring. And all our models, say for example, not only the marine engineering programs, all our BTech program as well as BSc program, BCom program, say for example, we are integrating with the industry, and from the day one, industry people are handling the subject so that they are trained, reskilled to meet the industry requirement, and so that on the 100% employable opportunities we are providing at our campus. So this is the real practical version which we have implemented. So we are, for example, BCom FinTech and as well as on the AI-based programs we are having. It's a 3 years program. So 2 years they will be with our campus, and 1 year they will be with the industry. Immediately, our basic idea is within 2 years, they should start their own companies. They should start their own companies. Already some students, they have proven, and they have started their own companies, even in the first year itself. And similarly, we are having BSc Aviation program. 2 years the students are in our campus, and 1 year they will be with the industry, so that immediately they will get appointment. For them also, we are giving admission along with appointment order. So like that, we have to discuss what we need as support to bridge the gap between the industry and as well as academia. We need a strong support from the industry. Then only we can meet this requirement. So while coming to the AMET, hope everyone knows AMET. As I mentioned earlier, so we are coming under the 3 regulatory authority, University Grant Commission, DGS, and as well as on the AICTE for all technical programs. And we are accredited in terms of International Association of Maritime University. We are one of the member. Very recently, we have convened annual general assembly. So wherein 163 members from 42 countries they have participated during last October. And not only that, so we are highly rated one by means of the PMET ranking, and also the what you call the comprehensive inspection program also. We have been highly getting rating for the past 5 years, more than 5 years, 5 minutes. Then NAC also we got accreditation. Then NBA also many of the programs, eligible programs are accredited, and we got the approval from the Government of India, Department of Science and Technology for this importing equipment from abroad without duty and all the things. So similarly, we got the ISO certification also. So these are some of the the awards which we received from the chairperson. We have received in the year 2023 the Maritime Award, and as well as in the 2025 also the Maritime Week also we have received the best Maritime Educational Institution Award. Very recently, our Minister for Shipping and Ports and Waterways, he came and inaugurated a new block called Maritime Simulation Center. This is an industry institution academia model wherein the total expenditure is 15 crores. 7.5 crores is donated by Maersk, and another 7.5 crores invested by our management. So it's a 15 crores project, and it was inaugurated by the Honorable Minister Sarbananda Sonowal few months before. And we have established AMET Knowledge Park, which is about nearly 50 kilometers from our main campus, which is located at Kanatur, ECR Road, which is in the heart of the city, Chennai. And we are having about 150 acres. We are having a lot of space we have established Maritime, Maersk Center of Excellence, exclusive center of facilities only for Maersk students, close to 360 admitted in BA Marine Engineering, BSc Nautical Science, ETO, and as well as DNS program. And similarly, based on the performance, so the V-Ship is another company across the global, is one of the most popular shipping companies. They also came with the same pattern of appointment order along with admission. We have established another center of excellence, and tomorrow is a shipping, the Maersk, V-Ship Learning Center is going to be inaugurated by the top people from V-Ship Industries. So this is our Maritime Simulation Center, inaugurated by Minister, Honorable Minister, sir. And this is about the V-Ship Learning Center. It is to be inaugurated by our the topmost person, Managing Director of the V-Ship, tomorrow morning at 9:30. So finally, as an end note, what we are proposing, so we need an Engineering Innovation Center, and as well as on the Law and the Commerce Complex, and similarly, IT and Digital Logistics Club also we need a hub. We need a hub. Then international on the logistics and as well as the trade zone also we need. With this, if you are going to do all this one, definitely India is going to be the international maritime hub in the coming year. I'm sure that we can provide a holistic maritime ecosystem and to meet the Amit Call 2047 of our nation vision. I'm sure that our management has already given clearance to establish the Center of Excellence in Maritime, particularly bringing a lot of industries, people like you, and get the support from the ministry so that we can establish the skill-based center and we can provide a lot of opportunity for training the required persons to meet the requirement of 2047 Amrit Call requirement. Thank you for giving this opportunity. So we do not just need more workers, we need a more intelligent workforce to navigate the blue economy. I'm sure that the ocean is too vast to navigate alone. Academia and industry must sail in the same direction with able support from the government and statutory bodies like CMEC. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Sir, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rajendran. Some of the industry people have taken their checkbooks out to sign some checks for the new centers of excellence which are going to be created at your university campus. We have a great luminary who is chairing this session. May I now request you, sir, to kindly give your remarks. Sir.
Professor Rajendran, Captain Srinivas, and of course the moderator of this session, Commodore Kshatriya, and to all other participants in this event, good evening to all of you. I think today is a very important discussion on a subject that is very dear to all of us. And you're aware that the vision, the Maritime Amritkal Vision 2047, which was released by the Honorable Prime Minister a couple of years back, if it has to be implemented, it requires a lot of groundwork and a lot of skilling, a lot of human resource. So let me start therefore by complimenting the CMEC RIS team for putting this show up and for inviting the Vice Chancellor of the Amit University, which has been doing a lot of sterling work as we saw from the presentation. Now, the focus of today's event or today's talk is on non-seafarers, because a lot of discussion has happened about seafarers, about their training and issues related to them, which is understandable because we are dealing with the maritime sector. But within this sector, there are a lot of other areas which need to be looked at, and I think it is in the fitness of things that today we are looking at them also. The environment that we have today, whether it's in terms of the energy crisis, whether it's in terms of the instability that we are seeing in the world, the political, geographical, strategic challenges that faces, all these happenings across the world, the evolution of the blue economy and the AI revolution, all these changes that the environment is seeing is making it very important that we look at all the cross linkages between different disciplines. And that brings me to the subject at hand, which is that we need to not just look at maritime as a sector dealing with nautical issues or naval arc issues or marine engineering issues. It is much more than that. Or civil engineering and port management and logistics. It's much more than that. You'd be surprised that for anything related to finance, we have to go to Dubai or Singapore or London. Law, similarly, we are not very strong on law, on arbitration. Insurance, absolutely not there. Ship design, not there. So a huge gamut of areas is now opening up where we need to really concentrate. And you just have to add the prefix maritime. So it can be maritime law, maritime logistics, maritime finance, maritime insurance, and maritime logistics management. So every discipline as applied to maritime becomes important. Today I was reading in some paper that the science graduates, the maths graduates, the biology graduates are not finding work, are not finding employment in India. And that is a sad state of affairs because the interface between basic sciences and engineering technology is where we are going to produce innovation. And so that interface is important. So I'd like to suggest to the AMET University and of course to our own universities that you must also concentrate on those which are not professional, so-called professional areas. In fact, it was my dream. I was also in education at one time, several years back, both in high. I was member of the Senate in Anna University for 4 years. I was on the IIT Madras Research Park. I was in the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, their board of governors. So a lot of this has given me exposure to the fact that this dichotomy where basic sciences, humanities are neglected and we are all concentrating on the professional areas. So can we have dual degrees where you also look at, I think some of the IITs have already introduced this. So we can have maths with civil engineering or music with something else, music with computer science or biology with something, because that is where innovation is going to happen. And all the new areas that you see, whether it's AI or biotech or bioengineering or any of the new areas that psychology, neural technologies and so on, neural networks, they're all at this interface where you need to understand languages if you want to understand cognitive sciences, and from there you go to maths, from there you go to computer science, and then to AI, and so on. So this multi-pronged approach where you introduce students to different streams of academic endeavor, whether it's, instead of just compartmentalizing them, like you're a technologist, you're a pure sciences person, you're a humanities person, you must have these interfaces which will lead to more innovation. And of course, like he said, we must have centers of excellence, we must have labs, and we must have collaborations, not only just industry, academy, and government, but also other countries, between states, and like I said, between different streams of different disciplines. And then the innovation ecosystem, I think that is very important. That is something that needs to be fostered. Research, skilling, outreach, all these are areas where there is a lot of money available. For instance, the R&D budget, I'm told at least almost 1 lakh crores has been announced. So can we access, I think you should look at accessing these resources. And of course the private sector has a lot of money, but put to good use, all this can be of great, it can cause a lot of ripple effects across the economy. And the maritime sector now is at a real takeoff point. Why? Because of the schemes that we announced last year, because of the new policies that have come in, the new acts that have come in. 70,000 crores for shipbuilding, for ship ownership, for ship financing. So there's a huge amount of money available. And the green challenge, the strategy challenge, the technology challenge, the AI challenge, all these require homegrown solutions. So it's up to us as a group of sectoral experts from the industry, from the academia, to sit together and try and see how we can solve these issues. And every day, I find in the paper something or the other happening in the shipbuilding industry. Like I was talking to the representative from MSC. So I think you said that you have ordered some ships in India. Similarly, CMA CGM has flagged ships in India. And the IFSC is doing a lot of work in insurance, new premium models and so on. So insurance premium models, etc. The Maritime Development Fund. So a lot of expertise is required in all these areas. Blockchain. CMAC itself is doing some work on all that. Tokenization of assets. So each of these requires multidisciplinary approaches and a lot of talent from different streams. And I think this talk has come at a very apt time, when everyone should be discussing these issues. If you are going to talk about maritime commerce, you don't need to go to London to access resources there. You need to be able to access locally grown resources, and that is possible only if we all apply our minds, like the way Professor Rajendran, in fact your talk was very, very enlightening, I must say, and I hope you also felt similarly. So the field is green, it is new, and I think it's up to us collectively to make a difference. So I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to talk to you and share a few thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We have a very passionate audience amongst us who are wanting to participate in this journey from education to employability, and the role of interdisciplinary approach. In fact, our traditional Gurukul system had 64 types of skills, which was in a mix of all the music, sports, arts, all the basic and applied sciences. And that was the holistic system, and we have to revisit that again. So with your permission, sir, can we have some questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sensei Raj, former mariner and a Navy trained clearance diver and an emergency professional. Been across the globe, sailed with Maersk, with which your centers of excellence is right there. We had a small chat before. It's a blasphemy that we have to start centers of excellence in the country where excellence has to be the norm. So I'll start the ball rolling by saying that. Because we mariners know we are only about, 14 to 16 people on the vessel, which is half a kilometer long, but we do our jobs. We got each other's backs. It doesn't translate that to in the civilian society. 1.5 crore jobs. One of that, I ran a supply chain company. We don't have people who are ready to, as you rightly pointed out. So that in itself is a very minuscule of the opportunities that exist in the country. I think, as you rightly pointed out, Mr. Ramachandran, you rightly said it's the ecosystem that needs to come together. I think that's one of the reasons why only the passionate people are here in this room, rather than packed all to be here. What needs to be done is, we're all talking about, why don't we roll up the sleeves? Like, for instance, finance. I have the entire Greek Shipping Association ready to bring the business here. They say, just follow what China is doing. Get your finance in order. I've been having talks with the BSE as to start the Bombay Stock Exchange, to start the bond trading. So I'm one of those, what Kamala just pointed out, is that we were trained in that. You play baseball, I played 7 different sports. But then how do we translate that to? That is what is missing today. Can we all put our heads together, put our souls together in taking country there? That's $8 trillion we are talking about, only in maritime. We're in discussions with Russia to bring their entire shipbuilding that they can outsource here. But do we have the trained, skilled manpower? I can walk in today to any shipyard and take a welder's job or an underwater welding job. But how many of us can do that? This is where I believe, what else can be done? What can I do today to move that notch a little bit higher, maybe a couple of notches higher? Now, I think that's a rhetorical question. There's no question, it's a remark. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Any other
We would
question?
have been glad if you also gave some answers to that.
I do. This is what I do. When I launched Vision India 2030 as a capacity development nation building movement, I don't come with questions. Questions is for people to get the dormant cells going, but I do
Maybe
work
one
on
or
the
two,
blueprint.
You can share 1 or 2 thoughts if you have.
I do, but I think other people are also waiting. But I'll take quickly 2 minutes, if that's all right, Kamlo.
Yeah, you can. Any one thought here.
Okay. For instance, as I said, finance. We haven't gotten our act together in this country. I have been talking to different ministries where people have listened, but they have listened, not acted. I think that's one of the...
It's like there is so much of risk in financing that people are just not coming forward to finance ships.
Mr. Ramachandran, allow me to say this. I structure bond trade programs, wherein we have taken out risk out of the equation. We worked with the largest diamond mine in DRC, where people even refuse to go there. We go there. Wherever conflicts happen, we go. So we have taken risk out of the equation because that is a fundamental, as you said, there's so much risk. But where does risk exist and how do we mitigate it? This country is full of intellectuals. But when it comes to doing, sorry, we don't know to work together. We don't know to play a team game. This is where we fall short. In industries, I've spoken to various industries. I'll give you an example, the chemical industry. The fire and safety. Do you know what is the amount of economic bleed that is happening? So that's again one other area that we could come up with blueprints to work together. But do we have the political willpower today, but do we also have the people willpower to set our egos at the doorstep and then check in and then work together? That is what the need is for. So to answer your question, yes, we have certain blueprints. For instance, I'm setting up a bond trading program right now. We have a firm order, I can't disclose the nature of the orders, to build vessels here, and we don't have skilled manpower. The financial part of it, we are structuring it outside of the country because we just don't have the ecosystem. I had spoken to Jalan Saab about, 32 odd years ago. I'm a former trade strategist. Like, as I said, commodity trading. This is sweet music to me when you were talking about it. Because this is what is needed. End-to-end ecosystem is what is needed. So, right from a book of business.
I think good. Thank you very much. You should participate as...
Have an offline.
Yes. As the chair has requested also to you that participate in this journey, and you are already participating. So, come up with your whatever offline suggestions, 3 or 10 implementable solutions, and dip your hands into the water and participate in the journey. Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yes.
Given a comprehensive, program of your education in the maritime area. I just wanted to add a small thing because I'm a person in decarbonization and sustainability. I wanted to actually try to put a small gap which is existing in this maritime, like industry, particularly when it comes to monetization of the carbon value. Because of the inherent additionality issues, because of IMO rules, EU rules and all, many of the initiatives which are being taken up by the shipping industry, they cannot be monetized because of the lack of additionality, because of IMO rules, because that's a regulatory process it comes to. Now, coming back to few other things is that there is no standard framework and methodology within this maritime industry regarding the carbon credit generation process. Because the delta, if you want to have from your process, there has to be methodology. And whatever methodology available at this moment, they are only related to various other industries and not to the maritime specifically. And that's why my experience over the last few years has been that maritime industry has not been able to monetize their carbon value despite their reducing the basically emission at their levels. Moreover, one thing more which I would like to add on to your curriculum maybe is the integrated ecosystem of the ports. Because that is what is, when you are talking about the onshore maritime professionals, you need to have an integrated and large ports which could be integrated into a smart port system. The ecosystem, whole ecosystem could be self-sustaining for this thing, for which you definitely needs a lot of capacity building to take up the things for that.
That's actually in line. But we, as Dr. Rajendran mentioned, we are also talking about getting the ports and working. That's why we said industry should collaborate, and we come with on my own, I will not be able to bring something. So we need the industry also to collaborate, and that's the idea going forward. We're talking about what we can do going forward. Yes, that's the idea.
Yeah, I think
even designing the curriculum, we are presently for the seafarers courses, we are having this process of industry coming in and suggesting. When we started this excellence or center of excellence, which my friend Sensei said we don't need, I rightly pointed out, very good. But the idea was this, not only we teach the IMO syllabus and the DG shipping curriculum, that anybody can do, but what company's specific culture can be included. That is the idea why this center of excellences we are having for V-ships, or that's how our chancellors thought about it, and that's how we're going forward. You give a basket, you choose what you want, right? But yes, as you said, anyway, I'll tell you, when I was working in JM Bakshi, we used to employ people, and first thing we had to teach the youngster is to unlearn what he learned and then train him to what we want. So this is what we are trying to change. And I think all of you will agree, right? We had to teach a guy from biology or something comes, he gets a job, okay, he's a graduate, and then we have to tell him, okay, forget, now come into the commercial side. So this is what we are talking about, and I hope it goes in that direction. And if it goes, yes, I think it will be a win-win situation. And not only, we are talking about what you call professionals, but as Sensei Raj pointed out, he's also, I think, talking about the workforce. Like we need a shipyard, needs skilled, what you call welders, fitters. So
designers.
We need all that. Please, let's not look at professionals alone. We look at professionals who are going to do the job actually. So this is what we are looking at. And L&T had also approached us, and we are trying to provide what you call welders, and we're going into that direction, whatever they want. So that's where industry has to come in and say what you want, and we try to arrange. Our Vice Chancellor said, the TOS or ice skate. Now, we can have a model here and try to train them how to go about it. And they will be better, right? I mean, I remember when I did my Rajendra in 7980 and went on board, I just knew what the port and starboard side. I didn't know anything else. Rest we learned. But I think we can prepare the guys more going forward. Thank you.
In continuation of that, Amat University is ready to come up with the new programs, particularly at the initial stage, maybe the BSc Maritime Study Science, as well as the BCom in, I mean, particularly for this finance and insurance, we can tailor made in such a way by your contributions. We come up with the syllabus and curriculum, and maybe probably from the coming academic year, we can introduce with the industry support and CMEC support.
Sir, one thing more which I like to add on to that. The methodologies which are being created for creating the carbon value for any emission reducer, that particular thing has generally been coming from European countries and other countries. And they are not focused toward our Indian system.
Yeah.
So if we are able to actually capture that particular opportunity where the other methodologies are not existing, and we can tune it to our requirement, I think we will, the whole maritime will benefit too much.
Sure.
And we are actually aiming at, decarbonizing the maritime.
We can customize ourselves to suit our requirement.
Customize that and it will be tuned to that.
Yes, definitely.
In fact, I forgot to mention, Indian Maritime University, IMU, is also doing a lot of work in many of these areas, especially in startups, innovation and all that, green shipping. And one particular, which initiative is the Indian Ship Technology Center, which has been announced as part of the package which was, approved last September. And in this, ISTC will be it'll be a core designing center at Vizag. And hopefully, it'll help us to do R&D, design, and a lot of things related to ships. And there you will require a lot of other professionals also, Yeah.
I'll take this question one.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Okay, if it doesn't work, never mind.
No, you are, it's
You are
being
not
recorded.
we can hear you clear.
Yeah, but it's being recorded, so it's better.
Okay, give it to me then. Right. Can you hear me? Yeah. So we had the MEPC, and CII was a topic in MEPC. And in the carbon CII, India gave 2 papers. In all, there were 3 papers submitted. So when the crush comes, when the time comes to submit such things, we have no surveys, we have no researchers. Somebody just comes the last week, does his little research, and produces a paper in IMO. That is the condition presently. When 190 papers were submitted for the STCW, there were hardly 8 or 9 papers from India. And on all these occasions goes lobbying, where we are 0, and hence we had to give up to the 9 months reduction of sea time instead of minimum 12 months. That's the area where we neglect, and this is typically of the seafarers alone, because STCW governs that and IMO governs that, not for the shore-based as the topic is. But I just wanted to answer his question. For the moment, the time was there, MEPC meeting was announced a year before. Please go down to the IMO website, download all the papers, see the programs, especially the academia, especially AMET and all should use that facility. Put your students through that, let them do the research. Our researches are without any survey. Korea produces 5,000 survey results and gives the answer to the query. We have not even 20 survey results.
To be fair, you see, I am Bangalore, and a lot of industry associations were involved in replying. DGS had, to be fair to them, had done a lot of groundwork, at least on MBMs, and the papers that were submitted, the Singapore model, and the changes that were made, amendments that were made by India, which were approved or which were accepted. So a lot of work was done in that. Not STCW, MEPC. So for the carbonized, the MBM, market-based measures. Last October. No, not recently. I'm talking of in October. Yeah. Yeah. So we did a lot of research, and of course, finally the, it did not work out because US took a stand which everyone else accepted. So, okay. So Sabhar, maybe how many more questions, and then we can.
Question.
Yeah. Okay.
My request to the industry also that of course you are flagging it here, but sponsor some of these researches, Captain Narang, and we have a great amount of capacities in the universities, and sponsor means at least you have already sponsored. Yeah.
No, but this is a very good. I think what you said is very good. So I think we need to put together. So at least CMEC can do something. Amit, of course, can do.
And that is where the idea of center of excellence, basically excellence in whatever you are doing. So it's not about overall excellence is also there, but deep down and deep focus into activities. So, sir, with your permission, last question, sir.
Who else wants to? Yeah, please. I think you wanted to.
So good evening, everybody. So myself, for about 30 years, I worked for Government of India. I have a company called MMTC Export and Import, about 60,000 crores. And the last 10 years, I have been teaching MBA students with logistics support, export-import management, which all you are, so far you have dealt with. So the idea is there are no two opinions that India will be the hub, maritime hub, 8,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
You are having our coastline is about 8,000 kilometers. So nobody can deny that we cannot become this hub of the support and all that. Also, the kind of syllabus you have been proposing and all that, making them more strong in all aspects of management, export-import activity management, including the kind of these things. It is all well taken. But the main point here comes is, ultimately students have to deliver. They want a package because fees will be high. So this kind of thing is starting to expect very good high packages. That's what we face. So, and the area which you have chosen is you have to deliver within 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. If you don't deliver, nobody will pay you 1 lakh rupees per month salary. So the problem comes at that. So syllabus and other things and more adding so many aspects of it, make them more comprehensive, more full-fledged, they can deliver better. All those things are well taken care of, we have taken a lot of pains and all that. But ultimately there to propagate or to show the interest of the students, ultimately boils down to what kind of package you get, because the fee structure will be very high. So much you have to teach means you have to hire the best talent, best faculty. Unless you pay best faculty, nobody can. And also the subject is such, you won't get faculty so easily. You can get a faculty for finance, you can get a faculty for marketing, general marketing, but this is highly specialized. So you want to get a faculty with a good salary, you have to pay also, and you also charge also. So in the commercial aspect, I feel a little bit a problem you may face. Otherwise, overall syllabus, incorporating, putting them into the industry for summer training and all that, all those things are well taken care of. The only thing is to sell it, to sell the product. People ultimately need a good money. So there you find, because I have been doing this, I find it difficult when you approach industry. I can pay him 1 lakh rupees tomorrow, but after 3 months, will he get me one consignment? Within 3 months, nobody can get a consignment. It is very easy. It is a dog eats dog. And also shipping problems, so many umpteen shipping problems will be there. Practicality is there. Only teacher can only 2 hours he can teach something. But something, what happened to LC, what happened to bill of lading, these things, unless you face it, you cannot face it. If you want to, I can have a personal talk with you, I will take your card and sure. You can be in touch with that. Because otherwise, everything excellent, you have done it. But the only thing is some of the aspects you have to take into consideration.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I will take your card and talk to you later,
Sure,
because
sure.
others may not be interested in these problems.
We have not gone to the, through the respective curriculum in our MBA program. Yeah, so we will share you. Your input is most welcome. We will take into the consideration. Sure, sure, sir. Sure, sure. Most welcome, sir. Most welcome.
So,
No, I think yeah, please, you wanted to say something. Since you've already had your say, let's.
Thank you very much. Wonderful panel, wonderful information about whatever as Vice Chancellor initiative taken. I have ground reality issues and problems. Since I'm working with the Indo-Korean relations, the Koreans today, they are just waiting. They know that as Indians we talk a lot, only paper tigers, ground reality. Exactly the points mentioned here. How to use the youth in these types of skilling, and maritime is taking priority over everything. Now whole trade and commerce is going to happen through Indian Ocean and South China Sea. The Korean president has confirmed his visit to India. They don't want to go to China. They have expertise, and in one of the meetings by the Koreans, the secretary had come. He says he has sent a questionnaire to all the industries to submit whatever are their suggestions. In 3 months, not a single report came from the Korean side. They have all knowledge. Their data, their discipline, everything is on their fingertips. Nobody submitted. Now here, as an Indian, a small issue, we have a lot of loopholes in our ecosystem. How the blockchain has to move from, how do you train that school dropout? He may be very intelligent. How is given skilling in these fields that his fees at the end of the day, like Sir said, how do they produce that result? From where's the money coming? Who is going to pay their fees to undergo such training? Where's the money coming from? Who is supposed to be doing this funding? These loopholes, only people who are coming with rich family background, maybe they can afford. But the majority of the middle class who are striving for jobs,
Mr. Sinha,
they want
can you
government
come to your
jobs.
question, please?
So please, I want this panel to come with brief points to say, this is the methodology that you're going to adopt for a proper ecosystem, for this kind of a training, this type of students, this type of skilling for shipbuilding, you categorize, and then put them into those blocks to get what you want,
Yeah. So, Mr.
especially
Sinha,
shipbuilding.
Universities like CMET, IMET and other universities, as Vice Chancellor pointed out, there are 22 million jobs already there in the logistics sector currently. Now please listen. Now these jobs are already there. They need skilling so that they can be done more efficiently. More number of jobs are opening. He mentioned that 4.7 more million jobs are opening by 2030, very near future, for the maritime sector. There again you will require training and skilling. Now job specifications for all these jobs are already there with the university. That's how they are training and making that curriculum. And thank you for bringing out all the issues regarding Korea. Of course, your passion about Korea is well understood. But we do have great capacities in India itself. We just need synergy, and that's what is the panel for. And thank you for your suggestions.
Thank you.
Yeah, we would have taken large number of questions today, sir.
So,
but however,
if I
yes,
may,
yes.
We were already mentioning that the biggest player here will be the industry, right? So why are we saying that we are going for programs with the industry as a partner? That will take, even if there is some expense towards the training program, any program, there will be expense, as rightly pointed out by Sir, there will be some expense. So once the industry is willing to take such boys, this can be covered, right? You have a lot of financing systems here, loans, etc., to the students, and all that is going on. So, see, there will be what you call teething troubles. But when the industry participates fully, then I think we can grow further and address what you're talking about.
Sir, the speakers are, so your last, yeah, that is what I wanted to mention, but maybe you have your final concluding remarks, sir. Yes.
No, I think it has been an excellent presentation and an excellent discussion post that. A lot of challenging issues have been thrown up, and but then the idea of such discussions itself is that you brainstorm and come to some conclusion. You might not be able to come to conclusions right away, but it is the beginning of a thought process of some dialogue. It's a beginning of a dialogue, and hopefully we can take some of these things offline and discuss and come to some conclusions. Okay, so thank you again for being such a wonderful audience. And of course I should thank Professor Rajendran and Captain Srinivas for their illuminating comments. And I think CMAC also should be complimented for coming up with these discussions, and the fact that it is live and it is going to be also presented to larger audiences online. I think that is important because then the reach becomes much more wide. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, and all the panelists. As Captain Srinivas mentioned, he is so passionate. He brought out that tomorrow there is a major inauguration, and both the Vice Chancellor as well as the principal of the school, both are here, and we are extremely grateful to you to have been present here. And we are also extremely grateful to a very, very passionate maritime leader our country has, and that is Ramachandran sir. A big round of applause for everyone. In a very, very traditional way, may I now request sir to kindly felicitate the speakers, please. We'll have a small photograph with all of you. Sitting or standing? Standing is better. Yes. May I also request the industry leaders to come up and come, please join us. Come, CMAC also. Come, Captain. आइए. ठीक है सर.
Yes.
You have to be exposed to the camera.